Through Mantle's last chapter and Reggie's rise, through chaos, championships, and change, he was grace in a pinstriped storm. I present to you Roy White. Roy, thank you for being here.
All right, great to be here with you, Rich.
We're going to go right into it.
Okay.
Game 6, 1977.
Okay.
My given namesake, Reggie Jackson's.
Right.
3 home runs on 3 consecutive pitches, off 3 different pitchers. Bert Hooton in the 4th inning, Elias Sosa in the 5th, Charlie Huff in the 8th. Now, it is my understanding, I wasn't there, that before the game, Joe DiMaggio, the Yankee Clipper, sat beside Reggie in the clubhouse and told him what Reggie already knew, that he was a great player, before he dazzled the world with the Mr. October performance and the victory and the championship number 21 for the franchise. Did you sense in that moment before, during or after, that you were witnessing something immortal?
Well, no doubt. I was on the bench. I wasn't playing in that game, so that's something that nobody had ever done, I don't think. Hit 3 home runs in a World Series game, off of 3 different pitchers and on the same consecutive pitches. So it's pretty amazing. And Reggie was that type of guy. The game was going to be on TV. We always said Reggie's going to hit a home run because he could rise to those type of occasions like that. So it was kind of no surprise that Reggie was able to do something like that.
And to clinch it all.
Yes, definitely.
What do you remember most about the atmosphere, the team, and the way that night unfolded?
Well, we knew we were going to win. We got beat by the Cincinnati Reds in '76, so we wanted to get back in there and show the world, or the people in America, they're baseball fans anyway, that we had a good team, that we were able to win a World Series, because we got swept in that series against Cincinnati. It was kind of embarrassing for us. So it wasn't payback because it wasn't the Reds,
right?
But it was the Dodgers, and I grew up watching the Dodgers and Yankees playing the World Series. So it was special, to beat the Dodgers in that World Series.
You saw the many shades of the boss, George Steinbrenner. What was it like navigating his intensity, loyalty, and unpredictability?
Well, I didn't have that much contact with him during those days that I was a player. I didn't have any personal talks with him, and he never criticized me in the press or anything like that. But I got to know him a little better once I became a coach and I was in the front office. George was one of those guys who was kind of a Jekyll and Hyde. One moment he'd be your best friend, and then the next moment he wouldn't talk to you. But the one thing, there's no doubt that we wouldn't have achieved what we did without him coming in and taking over the Yankees. Because I was there during the CBS era, and we didn't bring in any new players, that were good. And we had some losing teams for a long time until George got there. That all changed. And right away we started getting better players in it. And he wasn't afraid to put the money out there to bring those guys in.
And he wasn't afraid to be the face of the franchise either.
That's right, he was not.
Mickey Mantle, what did you glean from him, not just as a teammate, but in presence or silence?
Well, that was probably one of my greatest thrills. The first time that I came into Yankee Stadium, into that locker room, and I looked down in the far right-hand corner, there was Mickey Mantle sitting. And it was just incredible because I was watching him in Little League. And when I was in Babe Ruth League, him, Whitey Ford, Roger Maris, and those guys, and had no idea that I would be in a Yankee clubhouse and myself be a New York Yankee, who wasn't even my favorite team. So it was crazy, and it was really special. And that's the thing that I'm most proud of, is that I'm a lifetime Yankee. So I had 15 years, and it's all with the same team. And there's only a few of us that can say that.
And as a man of color at that time, too. For that particular organization.
That's true.
The old Yankee Stadium had ghosts, echoes, and a pulse. What cannot be recreated in this version of Yankee Stadium?
No, it's really not the same. I look at the stadium they play in. I wish I would have had opportunity to play in that same ballpark. I think I would have had better numbers than what I had, because in the original Yankee Stadium, with Death Valley in left center and center field, you would lose about 20 or 30 home runs in your time there. I always say Mickey Mantle probably would have had 800 home runs if he played in the current Yankee Stadium, because him and Joe D, they lost hundreds of balls out there.
Sure.
I caught many on other teams, over 400 away. And it was a special, unique stadium. That whole design, the way the wall escalated up in certain areas as you went towards center field. Had the low wall in right and left. 301 down the line and left, 296 in right. But in left, it branched off to 402, 415, 457, 463. And I think right center was 385. So I remember when the first time I ran out of that field, I ran all the way out to center field, and I looked at home plate, and I needed binoculars like to see where home plate was. It was
I thought you said you were going to lose your breath.
It was so far. It was like, this is unbelievable. How can anybody hit a ball that far?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of, not just on the field, but in how you carried yourself through eras of change?
Yeah, I think the hardest thing is to be able to come onto the New York stage and to be able to perform there and do well, because I think there's more pressure and more scrutiny than in any other place in the major leagues. So to be able to go through that and perform at a high level, end up playing on 2 world championship teams, that was just really special. And I'm happy that I was able to play with guys like Mickey Mantle, an icon of baseball, Whitey Ford Maris, Elston Howard, Bobby Richardson, and those guys, tremendous. And then later on, Thurman Munson, who I sat next to for 10 years in the Yankee clubhouse, Reggie, Chris Chambliss, Mickey Rivers, Ron Guidry, Catfish Hunter,
Incredible,
great guys.
Incredible assembly of players. And since you brought up the name Thurman, would you like to share a quick thought about that tragedy?
Yeah, Thurman was really special from day one. As I said, he came in the clubhouse as a rookie, sat down, he was next to me for those 10 years. And that very first game, I remember out in left field, somebody tried to steal, and I didn't even see the ball come out of his hand. He had the fastest release that I've ever seen for a catcher. He threw the guy out by like 10 feet. Also had a base hit, so he belonged right away and was a special player. And we became very close friends. He always came to me when he wanted to have a good dinner after the game, because I was the gourmet of the Yankees. I knew all the best restaurants in the American League.
Noted.
So many plane flights, and later on, him wanting to be a pilot, he would be studying that manual sitting next to me to become a pilot. So it was very, very sad, very crushing for him to pass, for somebody that I was that close to for 10 years and to lose him like that. So it was really tough for all of us, and I think especially for me, having been next to him. And
I can see it still impacts you right now.
Oh, yeah. And he was a good guy. He had that rough exterior that he showed to the press, but he was really very soft and a good guy and a family man. That's the reason why he got that plane. He says, Roy, after the Sunday doubleheader, because in those days we always had a Sunday doubleheader, Monday was an off day. So he said, I could fly back. I'm with my family Sunday night, and Monday I fly back on Tuesday for the game. So that's what motivated him to do what he did.
Yeah, and then you guys played, I believe, that Monday night on ABC, right? Or was it the following week? And Cosell, and they did the dedication. That was something else. What aspects of your upbringing grounded you through the spotlight and pressure?
I don't know. I came from a mixed marriage. My mother was black. My father was of German descent, actually. But I didn't realize that was all about, living in Los Angeles until I got a little older and I got to Compton. Then I started finding it out about race relations and stuff like that. So I think being kind of in the middle always made me kind of a low-key guy where I respected, all the points of view. And I was always kind of a little bit more mature for my age. People always thought I was older than what I was. So I guess that's what made me, what I was. When I got to the majors, I said, in order for me to stay to the majors, I'm going to have to make the manager like me. So I want to be proficient in every phase of the game. I want to be able to bunt. I want to be able to hit and run. I want to be able to hit behind the runner and do a lot of the little things so I could last a long time. So I think that helped me, throughout my career.
You lasted for a long time. What do you miss most about being a Yankee? Not just the uniform, but the heartbeat of it.
Well, I think it was fantastic to be able to perform before the New York people. And, to this day, I have people walk up to me and say that they watched me play and I was one of their favorite players, and they liked the way I played the game, that I played hard, and that I was a gentleman, basically. So I always appreciate that,
Tremendous.
And that's always rewarding, to hear that coming from people that have watched you play.
You have witnessed this game across eras, from Mantle to Mattingly, from a player's lens and a coach's perch. Looking at the game today, what's missing, or what do you think it needs more of or less of?
Well, we need more contact at the plate. We're in a home run era now where everybody's swinging for the fences with the launch angle swing, and too many guys are striking out. And I see not enough players with 2 strikes choking up on the bat, battling the pitcher just to try to get a base hit. So I think we need that. In order for the game to be more attractive, you got to have people on base and doing the little things. And right now, there's too little action sometimes, because a lot of games there might be 25 strikeouts where nothing's happening. So I think that's the key thing right now.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
Roy, from championship runs in the Bronx to your leadership on and off the diamond, you have always done it with dignity. We've heard that today. What are you focused on today? And for those who want to support or reach out, what's the best way to do so?
Well, I have my own foundation. It's the Roy White Foundation. And our mission is to help kids go to college, to give them some financial aid. And I've also added autism to our mission, because my grandson is on the spectrum of autism. So RoyWhiteFoundation.com. Anybody would like to donate, they could go on and they could donate online. And I could help kids go to college and help kids that are out there on the spectrum of autism.
Excellent. Your consistency and quiet strength remain a model. Thank you for your voice, your grace, and sharing it with us here at the World Baseball Network. And I have something to present to you on behalf of the World Baseball Network. It's a challenge coin.
All right.
It says "Baseball Without Borders." Enjoy that, sir.
Got it.
It's a pleasure.
I will put this in my office
Indeed.
next to all my memorabilia that I have.